It's Tuesday, February the 7th, 2017, and this is your Barbados Today afternoon update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. Topping the news at this hour, government has spent over $500,000 already in trying to rectify the foul stench and environmental issues affecting the Combermere Secondary School. Delivering a detailed report on investigations and work carried out at the learning institution since March 2015, Minister of Education Ronald Jones says so far just over $850,000 has been allocated, with about $707,000 already spent in correcting the problems identified. He told Parliament this morning that the most critical issues have already been addressed, pointing out that remaining issues were being monitored and would be corrected over time. The island's largest public sector trade union is urging government not to extend the contracts which the private waste haulers have with the Sanitation Service Authority. Noting that the deal runs out at the end of next month, the National Union of Public Workers said now that the complement of SSA trucks is 20, the workers are ready to take back their routes on April the 1st. The NUPW said it is aware the SSA workers are being sent to collect garbage on routes where the private haulers are supposed to have cleaned. The union warned that it will stoutly defend the rights of its members at the authority and will soon call a general meeting of all workers. Former Barbados Cabinet Minister Liz Thompson has been speaking out regarding racist attacks on her in the U.S. since Donald Trump became president. In an article published in the Huffington Post yesterday, Thompson, a former Assistant Secretary General of the United Nations who's resident in the U.S., recalled that a white man deliberately running his suitcases over her toes while she was in a New York subway station 2 weeks ago making a phone call. Thompson, an attorney at law, remembered being verbally attacked by another white man soon after boarding her train at Penn Station. The former Minister of the Environment said the man sat next to her and, unprovoked, unleashed a barrage of crude, vile, and insulting remarks against her along the entire journey, at one time calling her a monkey. The motivator and consultant said that during the election campaign in the U.S., she watched as very dangerous rhetoric of race, xenophobic sentiments, and attitudes were unleashed and whipped up, and felt if Trump won, there were people who would feel an open season was underway against brown people and black people. In sports now, today is the 8th round of matches in Group B of the Regional Super 50 tournament in Barbados. Second place Jamaica Scorpions meet third place Guyana Jaguars in the key match of the day from 1:30 p.m. at Kensington Oval. Also, combined campuses and colleges Marooners are facing ICC Americas at the Wynwood Cricket Club.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Get your paper, get your paper. Only $2.25, $2.20. Who? For what? That's Bear Stale News. I don't read about that on Barbados Today since last night. That can't only can't do. $2.20. Who?
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
We're back with news from the region now. A man implicated in a massive drug bust at the Chedijagan International Airport in Guyana back in August has been fined more than 200 million Guyana dollars. Javon Vickery reports.
The man is now the first person to be convicted for cocaine trafficking in 2017. 30-year-old Kapir Thakurin of 532 Enmore Falls, East Coast, Demerara, was on Monday afternoon found guilty of trafficking more than 80 kilograms of cocaine concealed in fish. The charge against the now convicted trafficker is that on August 9 at the Chedijagan International Airport, he had in his possession 88.2 kilograms of cocaine for the purpose of trafficking. Magistrate Laurent Daly ruled that the prosecution managed to provide sufficient evidence to convict the East Coast man. Thakurin was sentenced to 5 years imprisonment and fined 237 million Guyana dollars.
On the international scene, President Donald Trump's selection for Education Secretary, billionaire mega donor Betsy DeVos, appears to be his most embattled cabinet pick, but Senate Republicans have largely held tight in their support. Senate GOP leaders are confident they can squeak DeVos through the Senate with the support of 50 Republican senators this afternoon, plus a historic tie-breaking vote from Vice President Mike Pence.
It has been a long night up here on Capitol Hill, Allison, and despite this effort by the Democrats, Republican leadership is confident that Betsy DeVos is still on track and will be confirmed later today. They do not expect any additional Republican defections, which is what Democrats are really prompting here with this overnight marathon session. They will, however, need the help of Vice President Pence, who's expected to come up here later today to Capitol Hill, cast a tie-breaking vote to cement in her confirmation. So this marathon session overnight essentially amounts to a last-ditch effort by Democrats, a Hail Mary pass, if you will, to try to convince at the last moment one more Republican to switch sides, break ranks, and vote against Betsy DeVos. And that's what led to this impassioned speech on Capitol Hill, now entering its 20th hour on the floor.
And that's news and sports, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Also, subscribe to our e-paper email updates and like us on Facebook. We are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, our screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 99 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.